Alright, game 2 between Don't Care and Izu, and this time I have not one but two co-casters, as Empos has actually deigned to join me, because before he had to wait for the pizza guy, and apparently that's more important than casting video games.
It was worth the wait, I might add.
He's probably right, but I can at least still be annoyed about it, I think, is the track I'm taking.
Mushroom pizza is best pizza.
The other guy that's showing up is, let's see, Bunny General, Deep XD, Staff, and Lolfaggot, I think, are the four names by which I know you. Are
That's probably right.
Are there any ones that I'm missing?
No.
Okay.
Not that I played in HoN Tour with.
Alright. That's good. And yes, I think all of those have come since CIC. But anyway, yeah, you're the guy that plays jungle for Trek is Love, so that's about as good as people are probably gonna get in terms of, oh yeah, that guy. But they.
So what do you prefer to be called? Lol faggot?
Yeah, but I can't play on this in HoN Tour since Inkling doesn't like the name.
It's, what? Yeah, well, I can understand why they might be a little mad about that.
I cannot understand that.
I don't know.
It's reasonably offensive.
Rhapsody.
I call for open-mindedness.
Right. I think that's the point, is that you're not supposed to just... Because, like, if we didn't have that, then you could just use the N-word and stuff like that, too. And
okay, well, as Louis C.K. has put it, faggot is not a discriminatory term against gay people at all.
I don't think so. It depends on the context you're using. I don't think it's necessarily... It certainly doesn't have the historic association that the N-word does. I don't think it's nearly as bad, but there are some people who consider it a slur.
And those people partake in recreational bitterness, and they have no lives.
I don't know. I mean, some people think more things are... I don't want to take a position saying that you're right or wrong about what is or isn't offensive. It depends on the person, so...
Can you disagree with me, Quincy?
No. Alright, we got a tiebreaker. What do you think? I'll call you Bunny General. Yeah? Fine.
Yeah, it's not offensive at all.
Fine.
I agree. You're asking the guy who named himself that, Quincy. Who do you think he's going to vote for?
That's a good point. I did not think that all the way through.
I like this guy, Quincy. We should have him on more.
Yeah, he's been on a few times. Usually with other Shrek players, I think. I'm not sure if you've been on without, like, Cluck to hold your hand.
No. I need Cluck, mostly.
I'll hold your hand.
I'll hold your hand, baby. Don't worry.
No, I said it first. No, you... Damn it! Both of us said it first.
That means we gotta fight for it.
Alright, you take him, I'll take Shuriken.
You can't take my love. That's just not right. Can't take my baby.
God, at some point in the future, we're gonna have a cast where we actually talk about the game, and we don't just sit here making stupid ass jokes.
Why would we ever do that? That
have nothing to do with this.
Who wouldn't want to watch an actual cast, Quincy?
I don't know.
No sense.
I don't know. You're right. That's a good point. Who's gonna want to watch that?
So I just watched a Joe Rogan comedy special. I would highly recommend.
Yeah. Twitch chat agrees with me, Entos. So clearly, I'm in the right.
One person in Twitch chat doesn't mean shit.
Wrecked.
Wrecked. They're talking about you.
Nah. Okay, first couple of bans for time today. Parasite and Swift Play, Cthulhu and Kraken are banned out for sickening on the Izu side. So FJ apparently has left his buddies. He was in game 1 and is unable to show up for game 2.
Isn't FJ the leader of the team?
Yeah. He doesn't always show up.
That's always good when your leader bails out after the first game.
He's probably the best player on the team by a pretty good margin, too. So.
Yeah, we casted a game with his team, and he was, carrying just about all the way.
Yeah, so. Well, we'll see how they do. As the Legion side pick up Magmus, Rhapsody, Pharaoh, Nymphora, and Ravener. So going for the dual support strat. And a heavily offensive team. So I'm guessing early aggression from the Legion side. I'm guessing early aggression from the Hellborn side.
Look at the gank potential on both teams. I mean, you have a Benzington on Hellborn along with a Bubbles and a Gauntlet. And on the other side, you have an Nymphora with two heroes that are bound to have pretty long initiation range, that being Magnus and Pharaoh with his ultimate.
And then Portal Key and Ravener at some point, presumably.
I don't know. I don't think I'd like that.
You
They already
need
have a
PK and
Pharaoh
Rav.
for setup.
You need PK and Rav. I don't think you can do Rav without PK.
I think you can, especially with a Pharaoh.
Alright. You settle this, Bunny.
We will see.
You really need PK on Ravenor.
Wrecked.
God,
This one is with Quincy.
Yeah.
That's
right. And this one's more important too because it's actually about HoN and not like social justice issues. Oh well.
I thought HoN was about social justice. I thought that's what the game was.
Yeah, you can't even like fake saying that, considering the HoN community. Like, if you think HoN is about social justice, that's gonna last for about 10 seconds until your first HoN game.
That won't even last 1 second.
Yeah, like it's not gonna happen.
Right.
The moment that you have somebody screaming at you and calling you blind, retarded, and gay while being 14 years old, and it's not gonna happen.
Can't forget the fact that they're banging your mom too.
Yeah, also that.
One.
And also, Twitch chat agrees with me about PK and Rav too. So.
You know what, Quincy?
Twitch chat has my back, man.
Well, I wonder. I mean, it's kind of weird that they do because it's your stream and all.
So what do they think I'm gonna do? Like I'm actively modding anything. I mean, the other day I had to time 2 people out because they were just literally being unbelievably horrible, and that's the first time I think I've modded my Twitch chat, maybe ever, except for Cat.
Oh, hey, did you see the HoN Tour Facebook page, by the way?
I did.
They put up the General Aatrox kills 2 people. You guys haven't seen that?
That was a good video by Tobakaz. And,
yeah, Tobakaz makes good shit. I like the music that he uses. I like the content. I
really like the content that he uses. I think he should use more of the content that he used in that video. I'm not biased at all.
No, not at all.
Objectively speaking, that's pretty much like top tier content right there. I don't think you can get too much better.
Objectively, yes. No. Certainly.
Bubbles is trying to survive sort of here, as Ravenor's going to start to chase him down a little bit. We'll put the ball lightning down as well, and get that take seconds to stun, but of course he has a shell surf, so it's not really going to matter all that much. Looking for the body blocks, getting him 4 over here for a Zeal, and that's not going to be enough, so Sickening taking a fair bit of damage, and he's going to have to eat some trees. He actually doesn't have a health pot, he's got 5 trees, so going to be a bit of an iffy start for him, as Nymph is going to make it her mission to keep him completely out of lane. His ward was countered as well, which means the pull is open. So I'm expecting free farm for Marcus Moy in the bottom lane. 2v1. Uh-oh, and now he could be in a lot of trouble. Takes a second stun. Zeal does connect. Bubbles now, is he going to have enough damage? No, they will just walk away. Nymph actually could walk him down at this point. She's going to stun back up in 5 seconds, and Sickening is going to have to worry about this. He will get the surf away, and he should be just fine. So, sad times for him in the bottom lane.
I just noticed that Bensington alt avatar is a Thunder Fury, which is like an item from World of Warcraft. It looks the exact same.
It's the Ursa alt.
I've yet to see it.
This is the Ursa alt.
I like it.
I don't know why you did Bensington. I'm much better heroes that could get an alt.
It's fun.
I think the Ursa alt avatars have actually fallen off substantially in quality.
What ones were your favorite?
I like the Kodia Dev was very good. I think the Gauntlet was quite solid. Scoria Magnus is okay. I don't particularly like the Bensington one. What else has there been? Bombardier was iffy. Gauntlet wasn't great, or Gunblade wasn't great.
I thought Bombardier was fantastic.
They will actually get this counter kill onto the Solstice as he came in for the gank, looking to kill the Magnus, but just barely gets out of there with a Lava Surge. And Solstice gonna die. First kill going the way of Don't Care. You think they care about that?
Probably not.
They don't.
Yeah.
What?
Buddy General, say something.
I don't know, I'm watching the double tap Aatrox. I had to watch it.
Yes.
So
what
good.
A caster.
Viewers, you guys should follow his lead.
Yeah.
Great
no,
example.
okay, after this. Watch this, and then go watch that. And then go watch every single one of my videos on YouTube.
Watch both of them at the same time for maximum stimulation.
Yeah.
That boss was fucking weird though.
Yeah, he's interesting.
Like he almost lost us 1 game. The first one versus some great players.
Why do you care? Because eventually you did lose games. Because you're bad.
Yeah, that's probably right. PI too strong.
Does it matter when you lose as long as you lose? I don't think so. You guys are doing the 5v5 cup on the weekend, right?
Yeah, probably. But I may be going to DreamHack, so
Oh.
either I play from Cluck's house or I don't play. I don't know.
Well, man lane, Gauntlet gonna be in some trouble. Staccato stuns are down. A couple more autos will finish him off, but they don't really have the range for it. He will take the bottle charges back up. Chain Reactor's gonna hit on a Magnus. Gauntlet looking for a hook, but won't be able to connect. So, not the greatest. Yeah, that's a pretty solid price pool. $3,000 on the line for that 5v5 cup on the weekend of the 28th, 9th, and 30th. And Beef's gonna be casting that actually along with me, Maggot. Which would be good.
Beef.
But Sync Esports is already signed up, so sorry guys.
No, they will lose.
Sure they will. Anyway, Gauntlet, actually with the Infernal stability, he's gonna get a stun onto Rhapsody, but the Dancer doing a lot of damage. Lava Surge only connects on the one. Chain Reaction from Torture sort of being faked. Mag could be in some trouble here. He will put the Steam Bath down, and Torture actually doesn't have enough mana for the Chain Reactions as he used the Impalement, so not great right there, but 4.5 minutes in or so. Really only one kill. Kind of surprised. All this gank presence, you'd think there'd be more than one, but there's not.
I think Gauntlet should always max his W in a 2 versus 2 lane in mid. It does so much more than
Right.
one more in Q.
And you don't have to actually get the auto attack off of that, which is nice.
Yeah.
Especially against a Rhapsody Magnus lane, which can stun the crap out of you.
That is true.
Can I stun the crap out of you, Quincy?
No.
Okay.
Nothing can. I'm entirely unfazed. Except by spiders.
Except for spiders, huh?
I don't like spiders.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
Bubbles in the bottom lane, gonna put the Shell Surf down, but actually Ravner tries to support the ball lightning before he jumped, and actually I think during the take cover, so not the greatest timing, but hard to kill Bubbles. Yes. I've been roundly mocked for my fear of spiders. I am perfectly okay with it. And there aren't a lot of things I'm afraid of.
Snakes are the understandable ones.
I'm not really afraid of snakes. I don't particularly like snakes, but it's like there's a snake there. Okay. Well, I
There
can
are
deal
two
with
types of
snakes.
creatures where if you show them, oh, Bubbles dropping.
Yep, and he will die. Bottom lane. So they finally kill him. Took him long enough. In lane, meanwhile, Magnus can get chased down a little bit as Rhapsody was up top looking to guard the rune. Speaking of that, Pharaoh's going to be on top of Bensington, and Rocket actually finishes him off as he jumps on top of Rhapsody. Meanwhile, Magnus coming back in, and the Pharaoh has the Hellfire going out. He doesn't get the instability off, but still ends up dying. Time to die picking up a double tap and living up to his name.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate because Izu needed that Bensington to get big because he's the only character on that team with over 200 GPM.
Yep.
Yeah, they're way behind right now. 4-0,
they're not
3K gold
looking
deficit.
Even without the kills, it seems like they're getting massively outlaned. I mean, look at the CS scores. 26-35 the two highest in the Hellborn side. Compare that to 43 for the Rav, 23 and 25 for Pharaoh and Magnus. Bottom lane, meanwhile, actually just get tail end. Bubbles does die as well.
Massacre!
It's interesting to have a team where your leader quits after the first game.
It is strange. I don't know what's up with that. He's a bit of an interesting guy. I don't know. He's not really like that into it. I don't think. He's just kind of there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so he doesn't really highly prioritize playing HoN Tour. I mean, to be fair, I don't think Izu's going anywhere anytime soon. So
Quincy, what if they're watching the game right now and you just said that about them?
I wouldn't change my opinion. Bensington gonna get the joust off, but the hook does not connect, and the chain reaction is stopped and Thor from doing too much. Actually, she's gonna die, so running into death right there. Magnus gonna be able to save his buddy in Rhapsody. And it looks like they're gonna be most of the end of this. No, Brisington has a lance along, and Magnus getting destroyed. Not bad. So Benzie making up for some stuff. But I don't know. I feel like if FJ were to get on another team, like a much better team, and play carry, then he could go somewhere. I'm just not sure if he's dedicated enough to do that, like because he doesn't actually have to scrim. I don't know how much Izu scrims, but I'm guessing it's not
Right.
very much. So I think he's basically just like, I'll play HoN Tour occasionally. You know,
Right.
stick around for a while and get some free gold coins. I mean, Izu has been in Gold Division, I think, the entire season, so like, they usually exit after the first weekend or the first day of the second weekend. I don't think they've gotten much farther than that, but
Yeah, I feel like we've cast their team along with Solar Club more than any other team. As far as me personally.
yeah, you might have. Solaire Club usually sticks in a little bit longer than Izu does.
Oh, I hate Solari Club, but they know it, so yeah. I don't know.
Why do you hate Solaire Club? A bunch of horrible
They're
people.
cocky and
Yeah.
not so very good.
I think
What was
they're
the
getting
first thing you
better.
said?
They're cocky.
Mm.
I think they're getting better. I'm not sure
Yeah,
how good they
improving
are.
a lot.
But they're definitely getting better. Bensington gonna drop the ultimate onto Pharah. They were sort of going out this a little bit, but the Wrath of Pharaoh is there in time to die. Says my ult beats your ult. And Solstice looking for something, but Mummy Wall's gonna get dropped, and actually Pharaoh just teleports away, realizing that Solstice can't do anything about that. So nice play from time to die. Meanwhile, bottom lane Bubbles dies, and in the middle lane actually Gauntlet dies. So people dying all over the map. And remember that lack of action we had earlier? That seems to not be the case anymore.
I mean, you had something happen in all three lanes right there. Pharaoh had a great
Right.
escape, and then kills happened in both of the others. That was a
pretty
solid
solid.
escape, by the way. You don't see that very often, where Pharaoh will put a wall up and then just TP out immediately.
I honestly think Time to Die is one of the best Pharah players in the scene right now, and he might be the best. I don't know, because I don't know how often like top tier Suicide players play Pharaoh. It's not too much, so like it's very possible Kizu's better. It's just really see him play Pharaoh a ton. But meanwhile, bottom lane actually they will get the Zeal Stun onto Gauntlet, and Raven are gonna look for the counter kill. He's gonna be under the tower. He will get the kill. Is he gonna clean up on the bubbles as well? Raven are just absolutely going ham. And yeah, when we're auto attack, that's going to be their kill. In the meantime, they do manage to finish off the Nymphora. But now Ravener has a ton of movement speed thanks to all the charges he's built up from those kills. Joust is not going to connect. Now he's going to have some jukes that are necessary. And he will eventually get caught out, but the ball lightning goes through. Actually, he might turn this around.
What?
Marcus Moy with the plays. That's top 5 material there, right? There's 2.
That was solid.
I'm not sure. I might not be top 5 material, but that's better than some of the players I've seen Skyzors pick. I'm just saying. Or whoever.
No,
picks his
this
choice.
week's November 22nd was full of great plays.
I think the 5th play I wasn't particularly impressed, but the rest of them were pretty solid.
Right, the Magnus Cthulhu font was badass. I think the number 3 play was really good too. I was surprised it wasn't get first. Minute lane.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Gauntlet getting jumped on once again. Staccato's dance floor are there, and Zudonix picks up the kill. So not bad. Wrath of Pharaoh is going to connect onto Torture as well, and the Bubble Shell Surf really not going to do too much to dissuade his team, or the opposing team, from killing him. And now Bubble's actually in a lot of trouble because he wasted his Shell Surf, and he's dead. Soldier's coming in, but that's going to be a really bad time as well because he's going to get stunned out and killed. So one by one they fall. As Hellborn thinking the best strategy is to go in one at a time apparently, and they lose 4 heroes as a result of it.
Is that not the best strategy?
I've heard it has flaws, and I think those flaws were quite nicely illustrated in the last engagement.
I've been doing it wrong then.
Yes, you have. This is why we watch HoN Tour Enthos, to learn.
Yes.
We learn from DoCa.
So that one day we can make the greatest team ever, right, Quincy?
That sounds like a plan. Win all the HoN Tour monies.
Sounds like a very realistic plan, I might add. Yeah, I don't... The Hellborn is so far behind.
Yep.
Izu's highest GPM member is a 235 Bensington, who's 2-3.
It's bad. Like, it's kind of noticeable when FJ isn't here. And Ravener is running away for some reason. Oh, yeah, okay, I was like, what are you running from, man? He's gonna get the kill on Bubbles? Nope, he's getting locked down pretty effectively, and the Shell Surf's gonna be there as well. They're gonna kill the Rav. He did man up, though, so I'm gonna have to give him some credit for that. That's exactly what I wanted to do to Marcus Moy, even if it was a terrible decision. And Nymph gonna die as well if she ported in with the Magnus. Bensington, he of the 235, now 247 GPM, is suddenly up against a Rhapsody as well as a Magnus, and now realizing pretty quickly that this is a bad time. Joust does hit Magnus, counter with the Lava Surge, that's 1 kill. Gauntlet now gonna hit with the Wrath of Pharaoh, and the Mummy Walls will trap him and Magnus inside. Rhapsody going to be able to pound some auto attacks as well. Off to the side, Solstice, in fact, sitting in a little bit of a nook, but he's going to get spotted because for some reason he thought it was a good idea to run out there in the middle of the rest of the team. Bensington actually buys his back and comes back onto Rhapsody. Going to miss the joust though, and he goes off into the cliff. They kill Solstice in the meantime. Now Bensington out of mana, and so is the rest of the Legion team for the most part, so we'll see if they can do anything about this. He bottles up, trying to get something back, hits the joust onto the Magmas, 2-band chain reactions there as well, and Magma's going to fall to the impalement. Looks like Pharaoh could be in a lot of trouble as well. Hellborn did drop a couple of wards, one ward of Raven out of sight. Just try to see that Magmas. Perhaps going to chase down a little bit by the bubbles, but here's Ravener. One kill on Torture going to be happening? Nope, actually in the background Rocket does finish off bubbles. There goes Torture, and Nymphora and her friends are looking for this Bensington, who they will eventually find. Joust is going to be there, and it's going to continue to stab the Hellfire to stop the Joust, but not for long. And there goes Rav with the PK, because that's a necessary item to finish off that kill. So,
Don't Care is outplaying Izzy on every single level. If you saw what Solstice did there, I don't even think he knew what he was doing. He ran out from behind the trees into a wave of creeps and 3 heroes. He could have gone on Nymphora and possibly gotten a kill, but instead he kind of ran around in circles for a little bit, deciding what to do. And then he died.
If he had set up an ulti from there, actually, that could have been huge. But Gauntlet Blast is going to be there. Onto the Ravener. It just never stops, apparently. Raven going to turn this around really easily. Onto the Gauntlet. Now 3-man Lobster coming in because Magnus is a portal key. And this is just going to be cleaning up City. Solstice's ultimate doing a little bit of damage to the Ravener, but he just doesn't care. He's going to turn this around pretty easily onto that. And that's a hat trick so far. Bubbles get the Shell Surf off into the woods, and I think he might be okay for the meantime. No, portal key on Rav does not have enough mana for the Ball Lightning. Is he going to find the Bubbles? He's sort of looking for him. Now he's got mana from the Nymphora. Meantime, off to the side, is this Ravener hasted, or is he just that fast? It's because of the charges. God damn, chain reactions do connect onto him. But there goes the onslaught. Is that enough for a quad kill? No. The timer has run out. So, meantime, Bubbles is hiding in the trees, and he's going to be safe for the meantime. They're calling GG well played. It's because the creeps are going to kill him!
Oh,
Yes! What a great ending.
Oh my god! That was
great.
fantastic. Okay, I think in this series lasted a total of about 35 minutes, 36 minutes. Because game 2 here, going to Don't Care. I think there were 3 top 5 plays in it. Two legitimate top 5 plays and 1 hilariously funny play at the end, the bubbles. That's not bad for 35 minutes. It's a
I
pretty
don't
high
like
density.
Hero Ravenor in general. I don't think he's very strong, but as
Agreed.
far as a mana hero goes, damn, you are not going to find one that's much better at it than he is.
Ridiculous. Well, Bunny, you've said pretty much nothing the entire game because you're terrible at this, but that's okay. We still love you. So I'll let you know final thoughts first. If you have anything to say about that game.
Minus. Prof Minus is probably the worst player in HoN, so that's why they lost.
Okay, I don't know who that is, but
He was playing Torture, and he's so bad,
okay.
and he's always running at his team for losing for some reason. I don't know. It's
Who is
always the
this?
same shit.
Torture, apparently. Well, now to be fair, he basically tied for the second highest GPM on the team, and he was the hard support player. So
Nah, he lost it.
just saying, give him a little bit of credit, but. Anyway, Anthos, please say something that's gonna make me less weirded out by this game. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Let's see here. Give me a sec.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm thinking about a professional analyses that I can incorporate into the cast. That won't take too long. Yeah, Ravenor wrecked them. That's about all I got.
Right. I think the entire team wrecked them. That Suicide
Yeah.
Pharaoh went 7-2 and 6. Magmus was 3-2 and 11. Rhapsody was 3-0 and 8. Nymphora trying to throw as hard as he could. 1-3 and 5. So bad. What a player.
So bad.
Kick him now.
Yeah, Solstice questionable plays on just about every player from Mizzou.
Gauntlet kind of
We still
iffy.
love
Bubbles
you
kind of
guys.
iffy. I don't know. Well, Don't Care does take the series, and I think that's about all we've got left for it. I've got a couple of match IDs to go submit to Skyzors because, goddamn, that was pretty impressive stuff. I don't know if that it's not this week. It was like 3 weeks ago. Does it still count? It should. It should still count. I hope
they
it
also
still
do the
counts.
deleted scenes every once in a while.
Yeah.
Have you seen those from top 5?
Yeah, I have. That's not super common, but it's good stuff. So, shout out to Skyzors, because he's awesome. Shout out to you guys for showing up for a terrible series. Managed a decent viewer count even for the fact that this is not an impressive series by known teams, and it actually was... It was entertaining, I guess, but really wasn't all that well played or particularly interesting from a intellectual HoN perspective. But yeah, hit follow. Go to youtube.com/Quincy091. Go sub to that. If you missed stuff, you'll see all sorts of things coming up on 500 casts now. I'm so excited. It's good.
Quincy, you are the best. I just
am
want to
the
say that
best.
for everybody to hear.
I am the best. I don't hear people don't say it enough, but I am the best. You're
You
pretty
really
close
are.
to the best too, Enthos. By which I mean
Aww.
you are in close proximity to me, who is the best.
I'm only hoping some of the greatness can rub off.
We'll try. We'll see how much rubbing we can do, and
Oh, we can do quite a bit.
see
of
how
that, I'm
much-
sure.
God. One of these days, we're gonna end up illegally married because
We're not
we'll
already
have
legally
made too
married
many
as is?
horrible jokes.
Well,
Like, there's
hang
got to
on.
be some sort of clause in some state
have-
constitution somewhere that says that, right?
We have to incorporate Shuriken into this marriage.
That's
too.
well, it's international, and we might get quizzed because they might be thinking he's just doing it for a green card. Is that it? Do you think that's what it is? Sure can no.
Dude, no.
Sure can no.
Quincy, I gotta say this: the emotions are real. You can't fake those.
I'm
The
just
love,
saying.
the passion.
I don't know, man.
It's also real.
I don't know. Bunny, how awkward is this for you? You just sitting here, you don't even care.
I don't know. I
Have you?
you
You're not even
Americans
paying
speak so
attention.
fast.
Oh, poor guy. English. It's a hard and stupid language. Well, we'll finish it up. And good series from DoCa, bad stuff from Izu. Oh well, that'll do it. As DoCa takes it 2-0. Izu is knocked out because it's a loser bracket. And DoCa moves on to loser bracket round 3.